Find out what's the general state of our country. What's the current situation? What must we do? Find out on The State of Affairs with Trevor Lindsay.
Welcome back. Lindsay, I want to ask you, talking with Robert King, he made a mention that he hasn't seen no one out canvassing. He said he passed you once on Valley Hikes.
Mm-hmm.
You've given me some different descriptions on what some of the people are saying. Yeah, your thoughts? And I know you did say earlier you want to keep it clean, but
So
I'm just
I
trying to
have,
get you to respond to that statement.
so it is keeping it clean because what I can say is I canvass every day, whether it's phone banking or on the street, but most days on the streets. It's funny he says that because I actually have a picture with his ABA leader where he came and saw us all getting ready to canvass. He shook my hand and hugged me and congratulated me. So and I've seen Mr. King canvass myself out there. So we are canvassing. I could say that my party has been supportive of me. We had a lot of people canvassing one day. It was nice to see the street filled with our cars while everybody was taking our area to canvas. And, we circle back for people that want to speak to me personally. So we have a strong team that's out there every day canvassing.
You have been out there.
Not that I have been out there, we're out there every day.
Oh.
Except for that one day it rained.
Not
But
like
other than that,
Sounds like that statement was politics as usual.
I guess so. Because he knows to see me.
Your thoughts on gun violence? We want to talk now personally about you as a senator,
Mhm.
some of this stuff you have to debate,
Mhm.
but you as a public figure, your thoughts on the gun violence and the amount of young black men
Mhm.
that commit these crimes?
So I've lost a lot of people I knew. I feel gun violence. It was people my generation. From up 42nd when it really started taking off. That was people that were my age. So I've seen a lot of people pass away that I knew, that I went to school with, that I grew up with, and it's sad to see our men killing each other and then having to be locked up. I feel like we're losing men to gun violence and even domestic violence. To see that a young black man just was incarcerated and found guilty for murdering his victim. That's something that, I think of myself. That could have been me. I wasn't the first one that had been in an abusive relationship, and to see that a family had to bury their daughter, it actually hits home with me because I think of my parents and they could have been doing the same thing with me. So definitely, I encourage people to put down the weapons, put down the guns, the knives, and have a conversation. And if it's so bad, walk away or stay away. It's not worth you being locked up forever, and it's not worth burying somebody over a dispute. Because most times, I think that if people actually stop and think about it afterwards, they would think, was it worth it killing somebody to spend the next 35 years in jail? Everybody loses, and most of the men that are locked up have children, and most of the people that were murdered have children. So we're creating a generation of children growing up with fathers. We need fathers. Mothers can't do it themselves. So I encourage everybody to put down the weapons, and if you can't say anything, walk away. It's not worth it.
What do you say to that woman that's in that abusive relationship as the experience that you've had? How do you encourage that individual?
So I encourage them to reach out to somebody, whether it's a friend. We have a lot of helping agencies. The Women's Resource Agency. We have the police. We have the Center Against Abuse. It's always somebody that is there. And I encourage people that, although you might have a sister, for instance, that has been abused and she keeps on coming back to you. And, it could be that one time where you're like, she's telling me the story again and again. She continues to be in that relationship. Don't turn your back on them.
Yeah.
It's a cycle. It's abusive. We need to understand that it takes a lot for somebody to walk away when you think you're in love. So I would encourage everybody to remember that these are our children, these are our people. Put our hands out, hug them a little tighter, because it's not worth losing somebody over this.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
You speak about your age. You give me your age just now. You're relatively young.
42.
Young woman. And you've been into the political arena for 4 to 5 years.
Mhm.
Where do you see yourself going if selected as an MP?
So personally, I just hope to be an MP. I believe in service. My parents taught me from a young age. I said it in my rule out that my dad when we were young used to sit us around the kitchen table and would tell us that the best thing that we could do for somebody is to serve. I see how my parents are, but my parents didn't get that from the parents. Even my daddy. My daddy wasn't raised by his mom. And so when he had his children, he made a conscious decision to make sure that he was there up until today for them, that anything that we do, he supports. And I remember when we were younger and we played netball, my daddy he learned how to be a referee just to be there.
Wow.
He said, go West Pembroke, pick everybody up in the car and take us to our netball games. When we played basketball, same thing, picked us up. So family is important to me, and knowing that we could be there for each other and teaching us that the world's bigger than us was something that he taught us, and to put your name forward. And I remember when I graduated from the Barclay Institute Guildhouse, I graduated at that point. You didn't have to do community service. I mean, it's a part of the curriculum now. But when I went to school, I graduated with the principal's cup for community service. And I got that, and it was a shock. I wasn't expecting that, but I've always given of myself. And so has my sisters. And, that's why even when I feel that I've got a lot on my plate, giving up being on the board for the Foster Parent Association is something that I don't do, because I know that our children need us. So I continue to put my name forward as the president to make sure that our children get what they need in order to be whole.
Impressive. The education system
Mhm.
is in turmoil. My words. Today we got challenges with yet again changing the education system.
Mhm.
I know you're not going to go against your party and which direction that you're taking, but give me your views on what's happening today.
So I'm actually in a unique position right now. As I stated, I'm a proud Barclayite, but when I was asked to serve again as the chairman of Cedar Bridge Academy, I remember my first speech with the students was to bring up the morale in the school, whether with students and teachers, and to make Cedar Bridge a school that everybody wants to go to. So I believe in the direction that the schools need to go in, and I put myself forward to be a part of the change to make sure that our children get what they need in order to have the best education. I feel the best thing we could ever do for our children is give them education, because once you have that foundation, no matter what happens in life, you can always fall back on that.
We're seeing her in the news lately. Young girls fighting in the streets. Just the other day, there was some 10 to 12 girls attacking 2 girls. What do you say to this behavior?
I say it's not worth it. I say that, we have to, again, wrap our arms around these children. I feel that a lot of them are screaming for help and reaching points where they think that violence is the only answer. I think we need to take a step back and find out holistically what's the root of the problem. Because most people don't wake up every day saying, you know what, I'm going to beat up somebody. But I think that we have to sometimes dig deeper and peel back layers to realize what the problems are. And I put myself forward as the chairman of Cedar Bridge to help where I can with peeling back layers and helping. When I took on the role at Cedar Bridge, it was a situation, and I made myself available to make sure that I was there to show my support to help with any situation that happens at Cedar Bridge, because, it's about our children.
What do you say to the parents of these young ladies? You said as a parent we need to investigate or dig deeper to why this young lady, our children, are behaving like this.
So I think that we need to say to our parents that sometimes we need to take a look at ourselves. And sometimes, it could be because a mother's working 4 jobs. And sometimes we need to humble ourselves and know that we might need help and put our hand up and say, hey, I need help with my daughter. Because sometimes we see our children going a way that they shouldn't go. And this isn't for everybody, but I know I can't do it alone. I have my family that helps me with my daughter, and my daughter's 9. But I know that sometimes I might not be the right person to deal with a situation with her. My sister might be the person to deal with it. So I think that we need to get our community back together, because I feel when I was growing up, it was a village behind us, right? And sometimes I feel that people were doing it by themselves. And sometimes we can't do it all by ourselves. Sometimes it's about saying, you know what? I need extra support. And let our children know that it's people out there that care about us and get the support we need to help them.
30-6 majority. PLP had 30 seats in Parliament. UOB have 6. This has been a one-sided government. I've asked Sir John Swan. I've asked Robert King. Has this been and I'm going to ask you, has this been a benefit or a disadvantage to the political system in Bermuda?
What I could say is the 30 were voted in. They weren't happy with the One Bermuda Alliance, and we see that with the numbers. So I think that we were voted in on the confidence that the PLP were doing what is in the best interest of the people. I feel that obviously a stronger opposition is needed for any
democratic society.
Definitely. And so, it falls down to the confidence of the people who, because we run separate races, right? We run 36 races. And for myself, I'm running in 10. And I know you're probably going to ask me, so 31-5. So it's about who's going to best serve the people of C10, who's going to represent them the best. So let's take away what the numbers are going to look like. If it's going to say 30-6 or if it's going to be 31-5, who's going to represent you best in C10 is what I'm worried about. And so I know that if the people vote for me, they will get the best representative they could have in C10. I'll be there to fight for them and take on a lot of the hardships. I'll do the hard work for them. I'll carry it on my back and carry it through for them.
You said a lot of people was not happy with the previous administration. That's why we got 30-6. And there's a lot of talk now today that a lot of people is not happy with the governance and the direction of the PLP.
I mean, you get it on both sides. You have some people that are very happy. But like I said, right now, my concentration is running my race and winning C10 for the people. I want them to vote for me because I know that I'll represent them the best.
How confident are you of winning this seat?
I'm confident that if people look at me as a representative, they'll vote for me because they know that I'm a person of my word. I'm a person that would see it through. I'll be somebody that they won't be upset that they voted for me. And I think that if I'm voted in, even the people that didn't vote for me will be impressed with me as a representative.
Lindsay, speaking to there's individuals that are looking at you, that are on the fence, that might not be the kind of don't know which direction. What would you say to them for them to give you the support?
So I would say that if you want somebody that's going to represent you and care about you, not just for the vote to win on May 22nd, but somebody that's going to carry you through to the next election and just from a day-to-day, then I'm the person for you. Vote for me because I want to represent you and do what's best for the people of C10. So I think a vote for me is a vote for somebody that actually cares and puts Bermuda first.
There you have it. We want to thank CTAN, Progressive Labor Party candidate Lindsay Simmons for stepping in and sitting in with us for State of Affairs. Thank you, Lindsay. All the
Thank you for
best.
having me. Thank you.
And we will see you on that day.
Yes.
Nomination day is coming up, so
Yes. May 8th.
suspect that you'll be there. Nomination day.
Yeah.
We'll see you there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the best.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
No problem.
For those that have joined us, we want to thank you. Stay tuned to our next candidate. We're going to sit down, or possible. We'll see which way we're going to go, but we have another selection person for the next show. Thank you for supporting, and thank you for joining us on State of Affairs.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching The State of Affairs with Trevor Lindsay. See you next time.